Hey everybody. Hi everybody. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon, Sunday afternoon, where we talk about simple marriage. We're not going to be too long today, as we always try to keep ourselves on a limited time when it comes to dealing with these issues, because we know you're busy and we certainly have stuff happening.
Yeah.
We got
Hi,
one of
everyone.
I'm Lemuel.
And I'm Jennifer.
And today we are talking about simplifying our marriages. Simple Marriage Ministries as the hashtag. So if you want to see all the other videos that we have posted on my timeline, just check out Simple Marriage Ministries on a hashtag and you'll see them. All right. And as always, we want to give ourselves the caveat that we are not professional counselors, and we don't make ourselves to be one. So when it comes to professional counseling, when it comes to marriage or even your personal life, just know that we are coming from a Bible-based background,
Right.
and also from an experiential background.
Right.
So any conversations that you will hear from us, any thoughts that you will hear from us, may not be what they teach, but it's what we've seen from the Word of God and what we know experientially. So with that said, today we are going to be talking about overtones. All right. I think it was episode 2. We talked about undertones, and episode 3 last week we talked about patterns. This week we will talk about overtones and the 4 areas of concern that you will probably meet in your marriage and probably are happening right now, and 4 ways to respond to them and how to talk and communicate properly through them. All right, so let us go. Okay, so overtones, the way we speak actually. So the undertones is unspoken communication.
Right. Like, let's give an example. What would you never take out the trash? I don't know. What is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like, something that you say that doesn't necessarily mean exactly what you mean. You're coming home late.
Right. You don't want to spend time with me.
You don't want to spend time with me,
Yeah.
or you're coming home late. You're not here for dinner. Not, it's almost like task oriented, oversimplified communication. In reality, you're saying, "Look, I need you home.
Right.
I love you home. I want you to be here." Sometimes it's difficult for people to say that. I don't know why.
They don't want to be vulnerable.
They don't. Yeah, they don't want to be vulnerable. I guess they just want to
Or
say
needy. Like,
yeah, they
I
just want to see
need
task
you.
oriented, but really in reality, they're saying certain things in our hearts. I miss
Right.
you. I don't feel as paid attention to. I don't feel as special as you made me feel before.
Right.
Those are difficult conversations. So they would say things that are superficial, but we want to talk today about the actual things people do say, and how to be able to talk to your spouse in a meaningful way. And there are several of you guys that are online already, so you're welcome to join us in the conversation. So if you want to make a comment or what have you, you go ahead and do that. Anyhow, okay, we're already 8 minutes in. We haven't even talked about it yet. So we got notes this time.
We always have notes. What are you talking about?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Can I pause
Thanks
this?
for joining us. Honestly, since we're not professionals, we really appreciate it. We just want to share our experiences with you, and hopefully,
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
hopefully they help you guys. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know if we're doing well in trying to address certain issues. One of the things we're addressing are the verbal communication. Okay, so we're in our first topic of communication, about the 8 topics of having highly effective marriages. The first topic we're covering for the past four episodes, this is the 4th episode, is communication. So this time we want to talk to you about communicating in a meaningful way. not with an undertone.
Right.
Obviously, we talked about speaking in grace, so we want to make sure we're talking nice and being kind to our spouse. And then last week we talked about patterns and how certain things that are being said or certain things being done can kind of tell you what the other person is trying to express to you and communicate to you. But this time we actually want to talk about the actual words we use to talk to each other. And there are four things that we have found, four areas of concern that we have found that you should talk about. And they are.
All right, those four areas. Let's see if I remember them without the notes. Family, finances, right?
Yes.
Future, and our feelings. So I did need my notes.
Yeah, so the four areas of concern again is family. Then we have our finances, and then we have the future, and we have our feelings. Just to break it down, obviously, family is about responsibilities within the home when it comes to father, mother, and those dynamics, and children. Then
or even our parents.
Yeah,
that we're taking care of.
Or it could be extended family
Extended
also,
family,
brothers,
exactly,
sisters.
yeah.
Like your sister lived with us for about 7 years.
Yes.
So that was
a big family.
that was a good challenge. We love her. We love you,
Yes,
Giselle.
yes,
we love you,
Giselle.
and congratulations on your great marriage with your incredible husband. All right, so we love them, but there was a challenge. She was an external part, but she was Jennifer's family. And then, those things we needed to have those conversations. And you cannot use undertones in those times.
No.
You can try.
You can, but what if your spouse is not hearing them? So we have to be more direct.
Yeah, we have more direct because we don't know the dynamic. We don't know the personal relationship that's happening there. Imagine if you're trying to have undertones about your children. You're trying to talk without really talking.
Right.
You really need to express what's going on with the kids.
But I think the key thing is wanting to be effective in your communication. So being direct would be more effective than kind of, beating around the bush and using
Undertones, yeah. And trying to have your spouse kind of pick up the pattern. And these are the things you need to kind of say and actually have conversations with that are using words, not just, I don't know what you're trying to say,
Right, yeah.
Like I had to tell Jennifer whether or not, her sister back in the day, she was giving us challenges. She has to do the same. So we had to express that. Otherwise it's just going to become very muddied up. The environment, the atmosphere will become muddied up in the home because you have some issues, you have some concerns that are happening in your heart and you're not expressing it when it comes to family. And family is very important. It's the heart of our home. And so we want to do it. And with our children, our siblings and our parents, those things have to be communicated. If your father is having issues, which he has, I need to know.
Right. I agree with that.
And exactly how do you want me to address that, right?
Right, exactly. Yes.
And then finances. They say a lot of divorces, a good portion of divorces, percentage of divorces happen because of finance.
Right. It's important to talk about money.
It is important to talk about money.
How we're earning it and where it's going, I think we both need to be in agreement on those things because marriage is a partnership, right?
Yeah.
Not just, hey, I'm the man, I decide where everything goes, or maybe the woman might want to decide where everything goes.
I know what I'm doing. You don't know anything about math.
Right, exactly. Like, I know better, maybe someone is older, so because they're older, they think they know better. But no, you're in partnership. You should both be aware of what is going on financially in the home.
Yeah.
And, just respect one another because I think that would make your spouse feel better about themselves.
Yeah, and some people think, some people don't put their monies together. You and I, we put our money together. In reality, this is my personal take on it. I think the husband you both need to know what's going on. But once you've established a trust, The person that actually knows what to do with money and is more responsible with money should be overseeing those finances.
Right.
And it should not be because, oh, I'm the man, I need to oversee the finances, or I graduated a lot with top of my class. I should look at the finances. No, it's the one that is most effective in the finances. For me, I just give whatever I make. And my money is Jennifer's money, and her money is our money.
Yes, but we do have times where we come together and we talk about where our finances are going, and if we're going to make a big purchase.
We definitely need to do a better job with our finances. We have to just that is just have to say.
I agree. We're not perfect.
We're not perfect, but we're not stressing about it. We're not stressing about who's taking it, what's happening. We're not loose with our finances, so that makes it an easier conversation. Because there are some couples that are loose with finances, and the other one is very tight with finances, and it becomes a very bad deal. And that's something that we need to talk about in another video, because we only have 1
I think
minute
we need to hurry up. Right?
We got to get going. So future wise, so you're talking about vision. You got to talk about what you want for the future, whether it's family,
right?
Whether it's finance, business. She and I were planning to do certain things in the next couple of days. So we have to talk about that vision, that future, and both people have to be in line. We have to have the same thought about it. Right. You have to be in agreement. And you can't do that passively.
No, it's true. You have to sit down.
Imagine you're trying to move money out because you're about to do a business transaction, and your wife is like, what in the world? Where did this 20,000 go? Where in the world does money go?
Yes, exactly.
So you need to be you have to have overtones, not undertones in those things. They have to be expressed.
Yes, I agree.
Expressed. Lastly, feelings.
We're going fast on this one.
Nothing more than feelings. Feelings is one of those things that need to be expressed, but it has to be expressed in a way that says, these are my feelings, and they are not to be corrected.
Right, I agree. I know sometimes we can become defensive when our spouse tells us how they're feeling, and you're like, no, you shouldn't feel that way. That wasn't my intention. No, I didn't mean it that way. Oh, I wouldn't that wouldn't hurt me. That wouldn't bother me. And then what happens is your spouse becomes, insecure about sharing their feelings with you, And then eventually that creates stress on the marriage. And, in the long run, it's just not good.
So when you're expressing, be very clear with your feelings. You got to know what's going on. A lot of the feeling stuff, and we ran out of time, but a lot of the feeling stuff are placed in undertones. Right. But they really need to have overtone implication. You need to say, look, you hurt me. This is why I feel this way. And then the spouse can't say, come on, like Jennifer just said, come on, why you feel that way? Don't feel that way. Yeah. That's not the response. No, the response is whether I apologize, I made you feel that way. Yeah. Is there any way can I do in order for me to address those feelings? I don't want you to feel that way. Right. Please help me in helping you. Exactly. That's great. Yeah, so the 4 areas of concern, and I know we ran out. We kind of babbled on the first few minutes, but here, the ways to respond to them, we got this, right? I think this is going to be good, okay? The 4 things to respond to the 4 concerns is, number 1, when it comes to family, you have to... What do we have to do? Look at your notes. Right? Schedule. You have to schedule. You have to schedule your family. You have to talk together and schedule things out, whether it's visiting her father, which we're going to do today, or talking to mom, or going out with the family. You have to schedule together. Part of the frustration is not having things on schedule. So when it comes to family, schedule your time with whatever concerns the family. And communicate that ahead of time. Yeah, of course, in overtones. Yes, in overtones. In specific time. This Sunday, we're going to see my dad, yes. Right. So this Sunday, the kids and I and you and us, we're going. All right. So always schedule. When it comes to finances, budget, a big word, B. All right. Because if you don't budget, guess what? Things are gonna get another B. Oh no. So just budget, and like what we said, choose the person that knows best about the finances or handles the best finances, most frugal, and you follow their plan.
Right.
All right. Because you need it for the future.
Yes, exactly.
And for the future, what do we need to do?
What do we need to do? That's a good question.
I believe
plan.
We have to plan. You set expectation. A P word is plan.
Yes.
Right? You have to plan for the future. Sit down, know your budget,
right.
Know what's going on with your finances. Write it down. What are you going to see? Write your vision down. Habakkuk in the scripture wrote, write your vision, make it plain, so that he that reads it will run.
Right.
So if you got, look, I got a future, I got a
plan.
I got a plan, baby. But you're not writing it down.
Yeah.
Your spouse will not be able to jump on board and roll with you because you're just talking about these big ideas. There are some people that have big ideas and they just don't put it into plan. Hello. And I have to
I'm a detail person.
Yeah, I have to make a plan. One of the things that I've been doing with the things that we've been planning is letting Jennifer know, here's some of the things that I'm studying. Here's some of the things that I'm going through. Here, how is the finances going to go? Now, we've got to write it down.
Yes.
But plan.
Right. But he's been sharing with me what he's hearing, what he's learning, and that has been helpful so that I feel included and I feel a bit knowledgeable and comfortable with what he wants to do. So I'm not just like, just coming along for the ride, but I'm a part of what he's planning. Yeah.
And lastly, feelings, you have to express them.
Sorry, guys. I'm going blank today.
we had notes.
The notes were not helpful, I guess. But yes, express how you're feeling, and don't wait till, you're like not in a good mood to express.
And don't mince the feelings. Yeah. Don't try to save your partner from the feelings. This is how you feel, and it's the responsibility of your spouse to listen, wait, hear you out, speak what you're, kind of echo what you're saying, and then attempt to respond to that feeling, because it's a feeling. But feelings can really ruin a whole lot of things. It can go to the family. You don't care about my family. You don't care about my stuff, and you're just like, look, we just need to schedule it, okay? And then the feelings about finances. Look, what are you trying to do? You're trying to ruin us. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Can you express to me how you feel? How you feel that I'm ruining us? And then the future, like she said, am I a part of this? What am I doing? Am I just going to stand by?
Right. Sounds good.
All righty then.
Let us know how we did, guys. Give us some feedback.
Okay, everybody. So that's it for us.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Thank you all for joining us, and share this video. YouTube. We will have this clip on YouTube in a more truncated, spliced, edited way, so you will have it all like nice and crunchy.
Awesome.
Otherwise, we'll see you guys. Thank you all.
Have a great week.
And have a great week.
And live happily daily after.
Yeah, live happily daily after, y'all.
All right.
God bless you.